In Colossians chapter 2, the Apostle Paul is helping the church in Colossae understand what to do with the festivals and feasts that the Jews had historically celebrated. The Apostle Paul's argument in that place is that festivals and feasts, they're not bad things, they're actually really good things, but that they aren't the substance themselves. They're actually the shadow of the substance of Jesus. His argument was, when we're looking at those festivals and feasts, what we're seeing is the substance of Jesus working itself out in the shadow of the festival, so that the festival or feast points back to Jesus. It doesn't terminate on itself. Now, I think a way to apply that right now in this season, in our current cultural context, is to think about the Advent season, the Christmas season, as the shadow of the greater substance of Jesus Christ. So that the big promise of Christmas morning isn't that everybody in your family is going to love one another again, and everybody's going to get exactly what they wanted, and this was going to be this magical moment where all past hurts are forgiven. But rather, what we're celebrating is the shadow of the substance that God has put on flesh and dwelt among us. So that if we go through this season and we buy into a false narrative of kind of magical goodness, rather than the true earthy coming of God in flesh to dwell among us, the great theme of the Bible, if we miss that, then after all the presents are opened, after all the family leaves, or after we get in our car and head home, there'll be this gnawing, is that it? But if we can turn our eyes to the substance behind the shadow, the thing that's behind the trees and the tinsels and the lights and the parties and the feasts and the family, if we can get behind all of that and we can see what we're celebrating here is that we have not been abandoned to sin and death, but that God is a God that keeps His promises, and He has made a way to save us out of the brokenness of our own sinfulness, then regardless of those things, we have the heart of the season that will sustain us throughout the year.